video is going to be a little bit more of just an interesting one. So I want to tell you about a job that did not actually happen. Yes, I said that clearly. So not because I did not maybe qualify for it, no. Not because I gave up myself, no. But because I asked some clarification questions and the opportunity just disappeared. Yes, you heard it right. The opportunity disappeared like that. If you have ever had something fall through right when you thought it was actually confirmed, then this video is for you. Let's sit down together and recall on everything that actually happened. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa Remote 254 and I share real, honest stories about building a career in remote work. Not just wins, no, but the moments that teach us something too. Those moments that you feel like I am alone. No, you're not even alone. We are all experiencing all that, and it is actually something that most of us see it, but most of us are actually afraid to come and talk about it. That's why I have decided to do this video and just talk to you, the one who had everything planned and then abruptly just something happened. That contract actually ripped off from your fingertips. So without wasting any time, let's dive in and see what exactly happened and how I resolved everything. I had actually connected with someone who was building her own business, but it was an early stage business, like a startup founder. Things were actually moving off very well. Like, we had conversations. There was an offer on the table. Yes, you read it right. Like, kila kitu tulikuwa tumepanga. I had known my hours. I had known the start date and just everything that I really wanted to know, like about the project and what we are going to be working on. But before I fully committed to everything, I did what I always encourage you to do, like ask. I just went ahead and asked for a few clarifications that I needed to know earlier on before I committed myself fully. To my understanding, the questions, honestly, they weren't even dramatic. Like, zilikuwa tu zile questions that I really needed certain clarifications on. Like, for me, sikuona kama zilikuwa na ubaya. Because I just wanted to know how things would work, maybe what to expect, how certain parts of the roles were actually structured, and going forward or moving forward, when will be the exact date of the projects that we'll be working on. And after that, honestly, everything went quiet. Like nawambia, the only email that I got next, it was like for me to confirm the hours tumeongea na yeye. Then afterwards, after sending an honest hours that I have been working on the project yenye alikuwa ameuliza, the next email that I got, honestly, it was a cancellation email. Like, I am moving forward, like cancellation, everything has to come to a stop. We are not moving forward with you. There is this part now. How did I actually feel? Unajua, most of you may think that it did not stink, but honestly, just like speaking honestly, that feeling always comes back to you, because I won't pretend to you that it did not stink. When something feels close, like uko nayo kwa mikono hivi, and then it just suddenly disappears or eventually it's gone, honestly, it's disappointing. And we are human beings, so it's normal to actually feel that way. It's allowed for you to release all that anger and soak in everything, because for me, it took me roughly around 2 weeks to just come here and record this video. And I felt like recording it and speaking to someone, we are going to coordinate together and know that these things actually really happens, especially for us people who are working remotely. But after all that, I also had to sit with it and ask myself just this one question. Was this thing so important? Or was this actually a loss? Or was this some information, like just something speaking to me that this was actually informative? Because that question actually revealed a lot to me. And I got to understand that sometimes when an opportunity goes away, maybe it wasn't meant for you, or it is just that the timings, or it wasn't something aligned with you, or it's something that was never meant for you. In all of this, there are just lessons that we keep on learning and moving forward with them. So here is what I want you to take away from this. Asking questions before committing to a role is not something you should apologize for. No, never. Even myself, I'll never do that. If an opportunity can't survive maybe a few honest questions, that tells you that something about how that opportunity was built in the first place is not even a legitimate process, or it's going to give you so many problems even if you people decide to move forward with it. I came to understand that, especially with early businesses or new founders, be aware, because sometimes plans are still shaky behind the scenes, like hawajamua exactly on what steps or procedures they actually want to be executing their projects on. Like vitu bado ziko young, so they're just trying to anticipate on few things on how they will work on. That's not always your fault, no, never. And it is not always something you could have predicted, because you are not an angel. Uta predict a few things that are going to happen in that business? No. If I could go back, here is what personally I would adjust. I would still ask questions, because that is who I am. That is the part that I will never regret, as someone who is building up her career and trying to apply to different roles. But I would also get more clarity in writing earlier in the process. Something also I'll also remind myself is that a cancelled opportunity is not a cancelled career. No, that doesn't mean that now your path has to stop. No. Your career has to continue. You have to keep on applying again, because if you managed to find one client, then that tells you that you are able to get another client, or even many clients, because that's not the end of your path. No, it's, you are allowed to go through it, go through the confusions, but always remind yourself that you have to pick up all the broken pieces and build something greater for yourself. So that is my story for this week. Not a win, but just a lesson. And honestly, those lessons, I personally feel that they always matter, because you see so many successful people here on the internet, but most of them don't take you all through the behind scenes, that how things actually happens on the ground, because honestly kwa ground vitu ni tofauti. Now, next week, I want to share with you something so encouraging, just how volunteer work has actually helped me build my credibility and open those doors that I did not expect myself that somehow they will come to open. So stay tuned, subscribe for that, and yeah, we will have to share more on that. I just also want to know, has an opportunity ever fallen through on you unexpectedly? Like ushaikuwa nayo and then ikapotea tu hivo? So tell me in the comments below, because I'm going to read all of them and just we relate on everything that actually happens. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll honestly see you all in the next one. Bye bye.